How to Speak Confidently in 2026, a bookmark review of Speaking Up Without Freaking Out by Matt Abrahams. Oh, your voice is dropping. The jitters of past. That has been my up and down journey dealing with anxiety during public speaking, whether before and whether before a crowd or during important presentations. I mean, millions of people stand on various platforms daily and speak without apparent instructions with an oratory that holds audiences spellbound. Don't get me wrong, I can articulate my thoughts on paper, I can step it up, refine the process, plan it all out. That controlled process works for me, but the impromptu back and forth when I step before an audience and leave my comfort zone, that is a different story entirely. So I went searching. I landed on Stanford Business School YouTube videos on public speaking, and there was one speaker who had me listening intently until the end, and in the middle of the night, no less. At some point, the speaker, Matt Abraham, introduced his book, Speaking Up Without Freaking Out, which promised more comprehensive versions of the techniques he had just discussed. I hurriedly decided to jump in, to dive in. This felt like what I had been looking for, because looking back at 2025, I had a few flops when presenting before audiences, but as I write this, it's not the flops that concern me, it's the moments. Take the recent movie Predator, Into the Badland. He had those moments. Oh, this isn't the bulked up Predator I was expecting. The brother gives his life. This could be good. Oh, no senseless killings. The humanisms of the hunts. Oh, tech helping the human symbiote trainer. Did the guy just reattach? Matt Abraham Speaking Up Without Freaking Out had his own moments too. My first came in the preface when he called a 152-page book a pocket book. This is a self-help book for addressing speaking anxiety, not creating reading anxiety. But by working the Predator, I was pumped. I was going to learn 50 tried and tested anxiety management techniques. That was a moment for me. Then came another one in passages. Matt Abraham writes, read books, attend public speaking classes. Read that again. Read books. That was a shocker. Am I reading this book to be told to read other books? Isn't this supposed to be a book stops here guide? That was an old moment. Like, why did I filter my public speaking search in the first place? I could have just started with the first recommended book in my feed and worked my way through. And then there's a time constraint. I may not even get far down that list. But Matt Abraham also recommends joining speaking groups and doing improv. Improv sounds like so much fun. So that was definitely a hard moment. Overall, speaking up without freaking out is packed with its moments and its O and R moments. It's a goldmine of exercises that knocks you off your rockers and pushes you out of your comfort zone. Why is it offering practices you actually feel comfortable trying? Two lines especially stuck with me. Write down your fears, dare to be dull. Taking literally, if I could write down my fears while speaking before an audience, that would defeat the purpose. I think he meant beforehand or in review. What stood out though was this. My fears kept changing. Reading the book may help me realize the common theme between them. Challenge. I've been confronting people, not their understanding of my ideas. Also, most of my ideas weren't spoken dullly or plainly. More like a mathematician explaining a solution only he understands. Our lack of experience, environmental pressure, overcomplication of thoughts, and it starts to make sense why my anxiety builds up before an audience. And perhaps my background as a writer, so I used to delivering drafts that conform to certain standards. Being suddenly faced with the unpredictable modes of a live audience puts me on the back foot. Or could I be both a writer and a speaker? Time will tell. One thing I loved about speaking up without freaking out is his use of outline, tips, and example. I've seen these structures in many self-help books, but Matt Abraham writes like you are in the room with him and is speaking directly to you, which makes sense because that's exactly what he teaches people to do. So, this book, the book rests on a simple but powerful premise. You are never going to eliminate speaking anxiety, so stop trying. Instead, Matt Abraham, who's coached everyone from Nobel Prize winners to TED speakers, shows you how to manage it. What sets this apart from just breathe and practice advice is personalization. Anxiety shows up differently for everyone. Downtime moments, overeating, pacing. Rather than one size fits all fixes, it helps you build your own anxiety management plan. The techniques range from physiological hacks like holding a cold water bottle to regulate body temperature, to cognitive reframing that works with your body stress response instead of fighting them. At 152 pages, the book is deliberately brief, designed for a quick reference before presentation rather than bedtime reading. Some readers may want it more compact, others more expansive, but the balance feels intentional. Abraham practices what he preaches. Here's the truth about 2026. AI writes emails, it drafts reports, it generates content, but it can't deliver your pitch, it can't lead your meetings, it can't represent your stage. Those moments are still yours. Anxiety and all. Speaking up without freaking out will make you a professional speaker overnight. And it isn't about speaking without anxiety. In a world of fake it till you make it, it's about recognizing that anxiety is part of the process and learning to work with it instead of against it. You can be anxious and effective at the same time. That might be the most liberating insights of all. Now, if you excuse me, I have some important classes to look into. Oh, that sounds terrifying. Exactly what I should do.
Disclaimer: the views expressed in this review are solely those of the reviewer and their team and should not be construed as a legal representation, quality certification, or endorsement of any kind.